doctor doesn't want him doing a lot of walking. Like, he's not allowed to walk on the treadmill or anything anymore because of the impact that it puts on that joint. Really, the only cardio he can do is a spin bike because of the lack of pressure that it's putting on it. And then rowing is another thing that he can do. So when we went to Disney, he had just had an ankle surgery and he was on a knee scooter, and he, being big, bad, and stubborn, said, I'm gonna go around Disney on my knee scooter. And I was like, no, you can't do that. You absolutely can't do that. You need a wheelchair. You need to let me push you around in a wheelchair. And I think his ego and pride was kind of getting in the way a little bit. And I looked around as we were standing there having this discussion, and there's children around us, and there's also disabled children around us. And, you know, they're seeing this big, strong guy be very hesitant to do this. And I was like, how do you think you're making them feel? There's nothing wrong with it. You've had 5 surgeries on your ankle. It's perfectly fine for you to sit down and let me push you around. You are healing. You have an injury. Like, it's okay. They're talking about doing either an ankle replacement, like a joint replacement, and the lifespan on those is only about 10 years. At 43, that probably means, you know, a solid 4 major surgeries and all the risk of anesthesia that go along with that. And that's just his ankle. You know, most of these guys, like my husband, have multiple other injuries. So, you know, when you talk about going under anesthesia 3, 4, 5 times a year, all of that adds up. So the discussion has been had of amputation and, you know, getting a prosthetic. And even if we go that route, you know, he'll need the wheelchair to be able to give the stump a break and not have that prosthetic constantly, because you've got the skin integrity and all the issues that go along with that. So even if somebody has a prosthetic, you have to remember they can't be on that constantly. Ultimately, in the long haul, being able to use a wheelchair is saving his other joints and hopefully allowing him to, you know, be able to mobilize, even if it's in a wheelchair. Like, you know, we can still go and do for another 40 years. Whereas if he had just continued to be stubborn, he would have just hurt himself more and more and more. The wheelchair gives them a way to live life and get around and do the things that they need to do and want to do without being held back.